Welcome back to the Estate Agent Consultancy podcast. I'd like to start off by saying a warm welcome to all of our brand new listeners. We're having record month after record month with the Estate Agent Consultancy podcast at the moment, which either means that people are listening to each podcast episode multiple times, which I don't think is happening. I know I'm a quick talker, but I'm not that quick. Or lots of new people are listening to the podcast. So a huge welcome to everyone who joined the podcast. You're obviously breaking the first and second rule of Fight Club, and you're telling your friends about the Estate and Consultancy podcast. So welcome everyone, and we are going to start off today by talking about money. We've done a few of these recently. We've had some really great feedback and interaction off the back of them. So today we're going to talk about the blocker in your business between you charging what you are today and what you want to charge in the future. And this is a little bit clickbaity, but stay tuned to the end. You'll be really surprised about actually the biggest blocker in your business between you charging where you kind of think you should be compared to where you are today. So a little bit clickbaity, but I promise you the wait will be worth it. So you should be putting your fees up in your business. They should be on an upward trajectory, not a downward trajectory. If you've got a downward trajectory of fees in your business, that is a bit of a flashing red light for your business and the service you offer as well. So if you do feel like they're going down, podcast in itself, take a step back and look what you're offering to your homeowners and sellers in the local area at the moment, improve that, and then come back to the table all over again. So that's a different conversation, but I'm going to presume, hopefully, your fees are either treading water or even better than that, they are improving over time. Certainly, if you look at the Voice of the Agent survey, agents' fees are slowly creeping up, which is cool. I mean, we're still at like 1.2%, which compared to the rest of the world is like laughable, but up is up. So that's always a good direction to go in. So when I was at the property franchise group quite a while ago now, a couple of years ago, we had lots of agents who joined ourselves with a good amount of experience, and we also had lots of people who joined us who didn't have any agency experience. And so there was kind of a mix mash with regard to who was joining at any one time. Some people had 10, 20, 30 years worth of experience. Some people would have been in car sales, for example, for the last couple of years or so, and now they're coming over to the estate agency world. So place your bets. Who do you think after a year had the highest average fee out of the agents that came on board with experience and the ones that had no experience in place? Spoiler alert, it's the ones that had no experience in place. Now, let's look at why we think that is. And I've got my own personal view on this. You might have a slightly different view, and that's obviously absolutely fine. My personal view would be that the agents who have experience who come and work for a business, they've had the fee conversation 1,000 times before. Every market appraisal they phone to say, oh, why not go on the market with myself? Why'd you go on the market with another agent? The homeowners turn around and go, Paul, it was the fee, mate. It was the fee. They were just a little bit cheaper than you. We tossed a coin. It was so close. I really liked you, but my partner just went for the fee. And it's kind of that you've had that fee, fee, fee. When we've talked about this before in other podcast episodes, chances are that's not the honest feedback. Chances are they're just trying to be polite and just saying it's the fee is quite an easy sort of get out of jail free card for them. So, whereas the agents with no experience, they were like, yeah, we just charge this much because I think I should charge more. So why should I stick to 1% like everyone else is charging? I'm doing a great job. I'm doing a great service. So my fee should go up over time to reflect that. So I might start at 1% to pick nice round figures. Now I'm at 1.1, now I'm at 1.2, now I'm at 1.3, or I jump straight to 1.5 or whatever it may be. But the fee has more of an upwards trajectory because they've not got that sort of nagging voice at the back of their head saying, oh, it's all about the fee. You've lost that instruction back in 1997 because of fee, and therefore that's the biggest issue. So we know that that's a mindset issue, I would imagine, with the agents that come on board and the ones that don't come on board. So, and personally speaking, the biggest jumps I've seen in agents' fee from day to day has literally been exactly this conversation. This is like almost verbatim. I'll go, fantastic. You got an instruction. What fee did you get it on for? And they'll go, oh, I got it on for 1.75%. I go, awesome. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's a really great fee for your business. You've gone from 1.5 to 1.75. Why have you done that? And they've gone, I'm just fed up of charging 1.5, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like I do such a good job and do so much work. I feel like I just deserve more money for the houses I sell. And I'm like, fair play. I completely agree. That's exactly the way you should be going with it. So the biggest blocker in most estate agency businesses between where you are today and where you want them in the future, it's generally the agent in charge there. It's generally the agent who is going out, and it's going to be you who should be looking at yourself and going, actually, I could charge more if I actually kind of took a deep breath and went for it. I could have got more for that listing. I could have got a better fee. But as Humans in general, we doubt ourselves, we second guess it, we don't want to lose the listing. You think, oh, I really want to make sure this listing, I don't want to blow it. I'd rather get a safe sort of 1% than a dangerous 1.5%. And therefore we kind of talk ourselves out of it. So believe it or not, the biggest blocker in you charging more in your own estate agency business, it's you and your mindset. And it's you thinking to yourself, actually, I'm competing literally on fee with these other agents in town instead of making yourself better. If you've got a really good proposition and you've got a really good estate agency where you list, you sell, your properties look amazing, your video content's amazing, your social media is amazing, you're like, yeah, we're 2%. And look at all this amazingly cool stuff that we do to justify that fee. If you're going, our fee is 2%, you've got kind of a wincy face on, like with a question mark in it, our fee is 2%. That means you probably doubt your proposition and how strong your offering is to your clients you work with. Because if I was the most amazing estate agent in the world and I had the most amazing proposition and I listed, I sold, and everyone was like hugging me and kissing me, and like, oh my God, Chris, you're the best estate agent in the world, I'd be like, damn right, I'm 2%. I almost feel like you're getting a bargain at 2% for that sort of service. So if you feel like you're pulling the wool over people's eyes at a certain fee, you need to look at your proposition and go, actually get to the point where you're like, I am the boss person of a estate agency, so therefore my fee is absolutely justified in these situations. So believe it or not, you are the biggest blocker with regard to your fee at the moment. So let's talk about how we can increase it. So as we talked about, we should have upwards trajectory on our fee. It should be going up and up. And the good news sort of in a estate agency is that organically your fee should be increasing because in most times it's linked to house prices. So as house prices go up, 1% of 100 grand 20 years ago is now 1% of £500,000 quid, which is, well, your fee's gone up. Congratulations. So it gives a little bit of a false narrative and a little bit of a false pat on the back there because it's just gone up with inflation and house price inflation over time. But your fee as a percentage and a cash value should be looking to go up over time with it. I think the mistake that many agents make is they don't actually increase their fees soon enough. Most agents, I think, will look at it I've got no stats to back this up any way, shape, or forms. This is just my interpretation of it. But I would say every 6 months or so to a year, maybe, agents go, oh, yeah, I probably should put my fees up about now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, now it's Christmas. Yeah, new year, new me. Let's put our fee up from X fee to Y fee. Actually, I would see that we need to kind of really speed up that process in the early on days. So we need to be going, right, okay, we've just signed up 5 to 10 properties. They're all paying the fee. So if 5 to 10 people are saying they're happy to pay the fee, great. Why can we start charging more? And we're looking and getting that upward pressure on the fee the whole time. And it gives you a really good sort of message go forward with people. So when I first launched the business 2 years ago, we had a offer. I'm not really a fan of an offer, but we literally said, if you sign up with us before the end of the first month, which was about 2 weeks time or so, you get it at a certain price. If you sign up after that time, you get the normal price and sort of that's that sort of thing. So if you are increasing your fees on a regular basis, you've got a really good reason to phone homeowners who you've been to value over the last couple of weeks or months or so and go, good, great, just touching base with you, seeing how your plans go moving forward at the moment, just to let you know we're increasing our fees as of the 1st of May. Our fees are going from what I quoted you to this fee instead. If you want to tie those fees in and make sure you get that fee, we need to get your property at least sort of market ready, get T's and C's signed, photographs, floor plan, description, all that sort of stuff ready to go so that when you are ready to go for the property and get it live in June or July, for example, we can make it go from there. If you don't want to go for that, you don't want to commit for that, fine. We'll have a separate conversation in a few months' time and we kind of cross that bridge from there. It's a really good way of effectively kind of clearing out your sales pipeline. Because all you really want from people is a yes or no. The most annoying people in the sales world are like, oh, maybe I'll come on the market with you, maybe I'll sell, maybe I won't sell. We'll find out what happens with my wife's work, and if Bob gets his hip replacement done in 2 weeks' time, then maybe like, are you in or out? Like, are you selling your property? If you are, great. Like, we'll throw the kitchen sink in it, we'll get on with it. Or you out. If you're not, then cool. Okay, fine, no problem at all. At least we know, at least we're on the same page. So by regularly increasing your fees, you've got a fantastic excuse to go back to them and say, are you in or out? You're either listing today at 1.25, which we quoted for you, or we can list in 2 months' time, it's going to be 1.35%. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go with it? So you'll get people off that fence very quickly and they either go, great, let's get us on and get it signed up, or they'll go, actually, it's not the one for me. We're probably just going to stay put. And you're like, cool, at least I know where it's going to be. So let's recap. We've talked about a lot of topics here. We've talked about putting fees up. We've talked about how non-agents after 12 months are charging more than experienced estate agents because they haven't got that preconceived conception that fee is the big deal that a lot of agents get it indoctrinated into it that they think it is. Chances are you are the blocker. Chances are that within your business, your mindset with regard to how much you charge and what you think is fair or the competition or worried about losing it is going to be the biggest blocker you've got in your business. So you need to grit your teeth for a couple of market appraisals, a couple of instructions, and work on that poker face and just go, my fee is 1.5%. And then carry on the conversation like you normally would do. Don't go, my fee's 1.5%. Like, are you up for that? Because people will see that sort of crack in that and go, actually, are you asking me or are you telling me? So have confidence in that. And once you've got a selection of clients who have confirmed and they've gone, yeah, I'm happy to pay that fee. Like, that's fine. 1.5%. Cool. I'm all with that. Great. What's next? Once they've agreed for that, what's the next stage after that? And when's the next step going to through? And once you've got that fee increase in your diary for a month's time, 2 months' time, tell people, do not be ashamed to say to people, we're putting our prices up. I'd be a proud as punch to speak to people and say, we are so popular, we're so inundated, our prices are going up on this date from this fee to this fee. Are you in or are you out? Right. Hope you have enjoyed today's podcast. I've tried not to turn it into a rant, but it was slightly going there towards the end of it. We managed to pull away from that. Have a fantastic day. I will catch you on the next episode.